What's up? It's the Sound Alchemist, and welcome back to Whoa 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 40 Facts on the Warhammer 40K universe. If you caught the reference, you guys are watching a good channel. But anyway, today I am talking about a very special person, one near and dear to my heart. That's right, you guessed it. Today we're talking about Gersh 1. Just kidding, that will be coming later on, if you know what I mean. But anyway, today we're talking about Arkhan land. Now this guy is a very important member of the Adeptus Mechanicus. He is a Magos who is highly valued due to his technological explorations, meaning he found an STC, and a very important one at that. So wrap it up, guys, because you don't want to catch an STD. He does. STC, that is. So without further ado, let's dive into these 40 facts. Now, before we get into the actual STC that he found, let's actually learn a little bit more about him. So like I said, he was one of the legendary members of the Adeptus Mechanicus during the Age of the Great Crusade. By the time he was 5, he could speak over 50 different languages. That's freaking crazy. And also, he was very successful in navigating hazardous catacombs and just being within the tech vaults of Mars' surface. So this guy was not only gifted, but this dude was technically a savant. Like, he has genius level intellect. No wonder he was in the position that he was. But anyway, let's continue on. Not only was he a genius, but Arkhan was very, very arrogant and so disrespectful, but you kind of just put that aside for now, because this guy was just really, really awesome. Now besides that, he had a whole bunch of bionic enhancements, which comes natural to the AdMech, but let's dive into his first expedition. So he led a 3-year expedition into the Librarius Omnis. What is that, you might ask? Let's find out. So the Librarius Omnis is known as an underground continent-spanning library upon Mars. Think about that, guys. A library as big as a continent. That's crazy. According to legend, at the dawn of the Imperium, this legendary techno-archaeologist was basically the first guy to ever explore this. So like I said, he led a 3-man team into this labyrinth of catacombs and maze-like features, trying to find an STC database. No such device was ever found, but instead, data slates containing information on heavily armored battle tanks, along with knowledge of rare anti-grav plates were found. These twin discoveries led to the creation of the infamous Land Raider, and the even more infamous, some might say, Land Speeder, which was named after the discoverer of the technology that was uncovered within these catacombs. And boom, there you have it, the granddaddy of the Land Raider and the Land Speeder. That is huge for the Imperium, because Land Raiders, not just talking about gameplay, but just in the lore, they are so helpful for the Space Marines. Besides using a rhino as a means of transportation, these bad boys are like the Humvees of, I guess, of the world. They just get you where you need to go with the best protection out there. I guess Humvee wasn't the right word. I should have picked like tank, because that's what they are. They're freaking massive battle tanks. Now don't get me wrong, land speeders are pretty good too. They get you where you need to go pretty fast, and they can be outfitted with various types of weaponry, but when it comes to it, nothing beats a Land Raider. Now this type of technology wasn't just implemented via Land Raider and Land Speeder, it was also used for the Legio Custodes in the form of grav tanks, and also the Paragon pattern jet bikes. So because of this, it was very instrumental to Space Marines, Custodes, the Imperium in general. Another pretty awesome bit of lore that has to do with not only Arkhan, but the World Eaters was that the Emperor personally assigned him to attempt to cure Angron of the Butcher's Nails. However, Land could only confirm that the Butcher's Nails were indeed based on the Cruciamen, which is a type of technology that was more so seen in profane text via the Hexarchean vaults. I believe I pronounced that right. Now, the Hexarchean vaults, they're basically also found within the Librarius Omnis, and here these texts basically said that the Butcher's Nails were a moral threat and a perversion to cognition, basically meaning that if you use them, you're going to get dumber and you're going to fall more alert to your instincts, which was basically what was happening to Angron. He was just listening to hatred, just pounding anything he could, with his fists, that is. He is Khorne, not Slaanesh, you gotta remember. Now, he also plays a small role, or a big role, depending on how you see it, during the Horus Heresy, but I'll leave that to you guys to discover. What I do want to talk about was his second expedition into the Librarius Omnis, which is where he went missing. It wasn't until 2,000 years later that his diary basically was found, and here it kind of talked about how him and his team were basically hunted down, picked off one by an unknown entity. He believed it was a psychic entity, but again, it was never really known if maybe it was a virus, a mutant, maybe chaos was somehow trying to claim his life, but he perished, or so we're led to believe. So because of this, his legacy has lived on throughout all these years. He was instrumental in creating the Land Raider, Land Speeder, anti-grav tanks. All of this because he was smart enough to go into the Librarius Omnis and kind of decipher the text there. Oh, and also, probably the most important thing that I should have said in the beginning was that this guy had a friend. And this friend was a cyber monkey sapien. How awesome is that? Robot monkey pals for life. Now my voice is burning. I've been sick for the past week or so. But yeah, that's what I'm going to cut off this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this little short video on a very, very important person to the Imperium. Not as important as, say, the Emperor or the Primarchs. Well, maybe, because his contributions, I think, might have done more than the Primarchs, but that's neither here nor there. Let me know what you guys think about Arkhan Land down in the comments below, and also let me know what other important characters do you guys want me to talk about in these 40 facts. As always, guys, I'm the Sound Alchemist, and I'm gonna get some cough medicine. See you guys in the next one. Peace.